Hi, my name is Jerry Opoka, and I'm really excited to be doing this video now. I have thought about it, I have toyed with the idea for a long time, but over the last few months, especially the last few weeks, it's been weighing so heavily on my mind, and I'm finally here. In the last few years, I've been going through a journey that has led me up to where I am, and the work that I do has supported this journey so much without me realizing that that's what it was doing. I'm a dance fitness instructor, a licensed Zumba instructor, and a proprietor of a business called Soul Fitness. It's a dance fitness studio along Mawanda Road on Corner House. The other business that I run is Soul Foundation. So Soul Foundation is the CSR arm of Soul Fitness. Our ministry is mental health. And if you asked me 3 years ago if I would go to a mental institution just for the fun of it, I would have thought you're not okay. But now, when I have nothing to do, I go to the institution. This is Butabika Hospital. I chanced upon this hospital when I had a relative who was unwell, and I went to visit them. If you know, so what I do for Soul Fitness is we really ride on the fun packet, and we try and milk it as much as possible. So I take the people from my dance class to as many fun events as possible to go and just dance and just be happy. I think there's too much going on in our lives that we don't have enough deliberate moments where we go out and seek for happiness in the most unconventional ways. So I just love that part of what we do. So when I thought about dancing at the hospital, I thought, now this is really pushing it, but in like the most beautiful way. When I started dancing with those patients, I knew that I was not just taking fun to them. I was taking something away from them, like a most beautiful and enriching and powerful energy with me. And it almost became a driving factor of why I went back. So I went back on the pretext of dancing with these patients and I'm going to give back. But I knew deep down in my heart that I was taking away a lot more than I was giving. And so this has been going on for slightly over 2 years. In that period, it has given me such an insight, an in-depth insight into mental health challenges. And I've said it before, from the perspective of the administration or from the institution and the things that they struggle with, from the perspective of the patients that I've spoken to, the sufferers, but most importantly from the perspective of those of us who think that we are okay. And every day that I go to the hospital, I appreciate those patients more and more and more. The joy that they have on their faces when I walk into the hospital, the ones who recognize me, even the ones who don't, it's almost like when we were young and a visitor would come home. We were just excited that somebody new has come and we wanted to know everything about them, why they have come, if they've brought anything. And that was so pure as a child. When we grow up, we start to, we don't want to look like we're too excited, overly excited to see people for nothing. So we mask it a lot of the times. And these patients are in a place where there's no need to mask. When they're happy to see you, they're happy to see you. And so I started to tap into those small things that I saw at the hospital and I experienced, and just the beauty. First of all, the beauty and serenity of Butabika Hospital is unmatched. Like, I don't think there's any place in this country that gives you that sort of peace. Anyway, why am I recording this video? I'm recording this video because I'm hoping that through a series of things that I want to say and I want to write about to do with mental health, that I may help one person, two people, a family that is struggling. Looking from the outside in, I see the challenges that we face as people who think that we are okay, how we relate with patients, how much sufferers need us to hear them and to listen to them and understand what their challenges are. Many times someone, is behaving out of sync, and we're very quick to brush them off and say that person is not okay. We don't know how to deal with them. We avoid them maybe. And that sort of puts them at a disadvantage. So when we encounter a person who doesn't seem okay, and I really believe that by the time you see a person and you feel like this person is not okay, chances are very high that something is not right. It could be as simple as, them just having a very stressful moment, that they're so lost inside their thoughts or in their mind or in that situation that, how they relate with people around them is affected. It could be that they are physically ill, but you don't see it. And that physical condition is causing them to, think too much. It's causing them to also get lost inside their minds, inside their thoughts. And what we need to do is be kinder. When we need to be mindful, we need to be there. We need to be present in that moment when we see such a situation, especially in a person who we care about, that we love. Could be a family member, could be a friend. They don't normally expect other people to understand or to really empathize with them. And we've had this every time someone says, speak to me, tell me what is bothering you. And we may not open up because we don't think the other person can understand. And there are ways that we can tell that someone doesn't understand. I could start telling you what my issue is, and you check your phone. I could start telling you what my issue is, and before I even finish the first statement, you're jumping in with solutions that you've not even thought about. Sometimes I just need someone to hear me. So I think we need to be kinder. We need to be more aware, more present, and empathetic. When I've gone to the hospital, when I just started going to the hospital, I realized that when patients walked up to me, it was always to ask me for something. And because I wanted them to go away as quickly as possible, I either gave it to them or said no and walked away. And now, I feel bad sometimes that I used to do that, because when they walk up to me today and they want whatever they want, I will greet them, I will talk to them. And when I approach them like that, they will talk back very normally. Well, as normal as normal can get for whichever individual. But I see that they appreciate that I see them, that I am talking to them, that I'm asking them to explain why they want what they want. Do they understand why they're in hospital? Do they know what exactly they're suffering from? Do they think they're better? Do they think they're well enough to go home? That kind of thing. And some will say, yes, I am, but it's just that interaction that they enjoy. It's sad that they know that we dismiss them, that we don't see them, that they're non-existent. Can you imagine what it's like to live your life in your office, in your home, wherever you are in your community, and not be seen? Because that's all we want to do. We dress the way we dress because we want to be seen. I picked these earrings because they're so cute. I want them to be seen. Imagine if you went about your life and you're treated like you're invisible. That's what these patients do. When they're outside of their homes, or when they're outside of the hospital at home, no one wants to hear what you're struggling with. That, when you wake up in the morning and you say, today is a tough day. I think that's the first place. That's the first place that we have to change. We have to see these patients. We have to see these people. And I keep calling them patients because I think about the ones in the hospital. But they're people. We have to see these people. We have to see them. Do not dismiss what they tell you, because it's a reality in their mind. In yours, the person who's listening, it's not. And you're like, why don't you just snap out of it? But no, it doesn't happen like that. If they could just snap out of it, they would not be in the state that they're in. So I think for me, the first thing is for us to be kind to one another, regardless of whether you're going to gain anything from it. Just be kind. You'll be amazed what it does for you. So thank you. I will be sharing more of what I know, in the hope that it can improve the life of one person, or just make someone feel that we see them and that we love them, because there are people. There are people. Thank you. Bye for now.